Look at that. Look, I don't even have to open the cabinet. Good morning. I am about to bake some bread. I started cooking from scratch at the beginning of this year because I'm just tired of like all the crap in our food. So I'm slowly learning how to cook different things from scratch, and bread was one of them. And whenever I tell people I make bread from scratch, they always think it's so hard. And when I tell y'all, it is like the easiest thing in the world to make. Like, I'm gonna show you. Remember when like you were little and your mom was like, if it's not one thing, it's another? I get it now. I get it. Because my cabinet door just completely fell off, like done. If you have a mixer, then this is super easy. Now, if you don't have a mixer, it's a little more work, but it's still easy. So I just get my bowl from my mixer, and I'm gonna put the whole recipe in the description if you want to try to make this. I'm going to get a half a cup of water and then just heat it up. We want it warm, but we don't want it like burning hot because we don't want to kill our yeast. So half a cup. And then I just pop this in the microwave for about like 30 seconds. And I grab my sugar and my yeast. Now, one problem I have been having is that everybody has a day cleaning the kitchen and everybody be putting stuff in different places. They're driving me crazy. All right, so I have my warm water. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of sugar. Warm water on top. Good swirl. Now I just add my yeast. So I just use this one. And we're gonna do 1.5 tablespoons of the yeast. And I just give it a good stir. And then we just let this sit for 10 minutes and let it get all foamy. And while that's doing that, then I get the rest of the ingredients ready. We need 1 egg. We need half a stick of butter. Milk. Honey. Look, I don't even have to open the cabinet. It's here for me. And then our salt. So the butter needs to be melted. I melt it in the microwave sometimes, but a lot of times I started melting it on the stove because when I was putting it in the microwave, it kept exploding. And I was doing it like at little 10-second increments, but it still kept blowing up. Plus I have this like little special melt section on my stove, so I might as well use it sometimes. Let it start to melt. Okay, so our milk is warm. Our butter is melted. And now we check on our, I don't know if you can tell, it's frothy on camera, but it is, it's nice and frothy. I'm gonna just start putting all of our ingredients in. Milk first. And it doesn't matter what order you put this in, and this is just the order I'm doing it today. I do it different ones all the time. My butter, nice and melted. Then I'm gonna add my egg. Now, if you're not great at cracking eggs, crack them in here first and then pour it so you don't get shell in your bread. That's what I tell my kids. I do 1 teaspoon. That's the only thing I don't like about having long nails sometimes. I can't do nothing. Then with the honey, I'm always like on a treasure hunt for my stuff. There we go. I do 1/4 cup of honey. And to make sure like it's easy to pour the honey out, I just spray my measuring cup with a little olive oil spray. That way it glides right out and we're not wasting honey, because honey ain't cheap. So this just helps it like just pour right out. Now we are ready for the mixer. So I was using all-purpose flour for a while with our bread, and it worked, but the bread was always like breaking apart. And so I finally started trying bread flour, and it does make a big difference. Like all the recipes that I said that it doesn't make a difference, it makes a difference. The bread flour makes it like, I don't know, sturdier, where like when you're slicing it, it's not crumbling. Because my old bread, I was like, is it too much flour? I kept trying to like figure out all of the different reasons why. Like sometimes it just didn't hold together that well, and it was the flour. So I'm gonna use my dough attachment here. And then I gotta find my other measuring cup. Oh, that's why. I left it in here because I just made bread on Friday. Today's Tuesday. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we start mixing. Now this isn't enough flour. I'm gonna have to add some more in, but this just at least gets it started. But I try to just put in a little bit at a time, because if you put too much and it gets too dry, that's when you're gonna have like that crumbly bread you don't like. Okay, so I did 5 cups and now it's like fully formed and just mixing. So see how it separates from the edge of the bowl and it starts just forming this one big ball, and it's the beating it, that's what we want to see. Like, so while that finishes, prep my bowl because it's gonna have to rise for 1 hour. I like to get a glass bowl, but you can use any bowl. And we are going to spray this with oil. I like using just my regular olive oil and not my like cooking spray one. And we're just gonna coat the whole, these things are so awesome. Like, I'm obsessed with these. Coat the whole bowl, and then when the dough's ready, we're gonna put it in here. Also really need to start Christmas shopping today. Should probably get a move on. I don't wanna be stressed. We see how the dough is just falling off. This is how we want it. It's not super sticky. I can just pull it off. And then I am just going to take it. So I'm going to put it in my oiled bowl. And then I am just going to put a towel. Now you can put plastic wrap over it or a towel. I usually just put a towel over it. Grab a clean like dishcloth, set that over there, and then you just let it sit for the hour. Now, the only thing is like when it comes to this, you want to make sure if you cannot wash this right away, that you at least put some water in it, because this is gonna turn into like cement and it's gonna be like terrible to clean. So I'm gonna wash this really quick. We just have to wait an hour for that to rise. And in my last video, I told you guys to be continued because we did not finish our Christmas decorations in time for me to show you like the end result. So I'm gonna show you, we're like pretty much done. I do wanna go find some like things to go over the dining room table, but I'll show you that. But let me show you what our decorations are like.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
So this is the area where I feel like we need to add something like over the dining room table, because we have like the snowflakes and stuff up here over the island. And I want like the same type of effect over here over the dining room table.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
So while the bread is rising, I'm gonna go ahead and just run out to the store. It's 9:50 and I'm tired already. Oh my God. All right. let's get ready to eat and go. I wonder who this should get this. All right, so we just got home and we were gone for about an hour and a half, so our bread has had time to rise. Here it is. So now all we're gonna do is punch it down. We wanna get all of the air out of it. We're gonna put it in the pots that we're gonna the pans that we're actually gonna bake it in, and then it has to rise for a whole another hour. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to punch it down and just get all of the air out of it. And the same thing with this pot as our other one. We want to make sure we put water in this immediately or it's going to be a pain to clean. Try to cut it in half. So we have our 2 loaves of bread. Then we're going to stretch it out like this. And then I'm going to roll it up. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Then I'm just going to spray my pans. You want to make sure you spray it really good. I don't want it to stick, believe me. It should just like fall out when you're done. Now I'm just going to put one in one of my loaves and then one in the other, not loaves, the pans. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cover it again. And it's going to sit for another hour while I eat. I didn't eat before I left. I feel like I'm about to pass out. So I'm gonna eat, get some work done and chill, and then come back and check on this. But our bread is risen, and let me show you. You usually can see it through, you see how the towels get bigger. And so they have risen. I'm preheating the oven right now, and I'm gonna pop these in the oven for about 20 minutes. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Now we're gonna put it on our cooling racks, and then I'm gonna put some butter on top of it, let it cool down, because I already have Kit circling waiting for some. And here is our beautiful bread, ready to eat. Got the bread made, which let me know if you try the recipe. Let me know how you like it. My kids love it and they're picky, especially my son. So if they love it, I know you're gonna love it. But let me know if you try it. We got our errands done. I got some Christmas shopping done, and I gave you guys the tour of our Christmas decorations. Now I did forget when I went to the store, I did forget to buy snowflakes or something to go over the dining room table. So I still have to do that, but we're still gonna call it a win. It was still a productive day. I still got a lot done. So let me know, you guys, what other kind of vlogs, videos you want to see. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.